It was an emotional day in court for the Ebeling and Twiford families as day 3 of the murder trial for the man accused of killing 4 people in Laurel, Nebraska 2 years ago continued today in Dakota County.
KTIV's Katie Koppel breaks down the testimony from the Dakota County Courthouse.
An investigator with the Nebraska State Fire Marshal's office detailed the fire inside Michelle Ebeling's home in Laurel, Nebraska, as the murder trial for the man accused of killing her and 3 others in August of 2022 continued Monday in Dakota County. 44-year-old Jason Jones is on trial, accused of murdering Ebeling and 3 others on August 4th in 2022 and then setting their 2 homes on fire. Because of the burns Jones suffered while allegedly setting fire to the homes at the 2 crime scenes, Jones isn't present at the trial, which was moved from Cedar to Dakota County. Day 3 of testimony took jurors deeper into the fires at both the Ebeling and Twiford homes. Nebraska State Fire Marshal investigator Justin Davis said the fire inside the Ebeling home was intentionally set.
That the fire was incendiary and the result of a ignitable liquid that had been poured throughout the structure, releasing fumes, ignitable fumes, which were ignited.
While investigators were working the Ebeling home, they were notified of an active fire a few blocks away at the home of Gene and Janet Twiford. Inside, the Twyfords and their daughter Dana, firefighters had discovered had been killed.
After finding Jane in the bedroom and seeing that shell casing, I turned to my fellow fireman, Dom, and I said, we need to leave this alone and do not touch. And as I turned to look towards behind, I seen Dana laying in the next room.
With shell casings littering the floor, firefighters had to work to not only fight the fire, but preserve the crime scene. Firefighters used tarps to cover areas inside the home to keep the crime scene intact, while others worked on the roof to pull burning insulation out. Inside the Twiford home, investigators found a semi-automatic pistol, a magazine, and a green knife. The living area burned and blackened. The furniture, shells of what they had been hours before. Outside the back door, a pry bar and evidence of a break-in. One investigator who responded to the Twiford resident said walking inside felt like he was, quote, walking into an oven, end quote. Trial continues on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. here in Dakota County. Reporting in Dakota County, Nebraska, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
And you can see our complete coverage of the Jason Jones trial by visiting the story on KTIV.com.